Hi boys and girls, I hope you're ready for your story today. Today's story is about a little boy called Dylan. Dylan was in his play school. He'd just been dropped off a little while ago by Mama and Dada. So then at lunchtime, Mama and Dada came to collect him. And they said, "Come on Dylan, we'll go out for the day." So in they get into the car, into his car seat, and he was sitting in his car seat thinking, "Where am I off to today?" "We're going on an adventure," Dad said. So they went off down the road, and Daddy turned into a park. And the park had a gorgeous train set in it. It was really lovely, blue train. And the train was going around the track and around the track. And Dylan said, "I would love to go on that train." And Daddy said, "Well, it's a little small, Dylan. I don't think we'd fit in it." So then they were walking around, and it was going under the tunnel and all around in circles and stopping at the station and over hills. And they were sitting looking at it. And next thing, the train began to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And people started to move around the station. Dylan couldn't believe it. So Dada said, "Well, now we can get on the train, because I think it's big enough." So they got on the train, and they were sitting in their carriage looking around. And Dylan said, "I'd love to drive the train. I'd love to drive the train." So Dada said, "We'll go up front and see what the driver says." So up they went to the top of the train and knocked on the door, and the driver turned around and said, "Hello Dylan, how are you today? I believe you love trains." And Dylan wondered, how does he know I love trains? So he said, "In you come." And he brought Dylan over to where he was sitting, and pulled a chair up for him, and Dylan sat up beside him and was looking out the window as they were speeding down the track. And then they were coming towards a tunnel, and the driver pulled down on his cord and made the train make a loud noise and a bell ring, and a big light came on as they speeded through the tunnel and then out the other side. Dylan was so excited, he was just kept laughing and laughing and turning back to Dada saying, "Isn't this fantastic? Isn't this fantastic?" So they were going down the track, and they saw the station coming up towards them. So the driver put his foot on the brake and slowed the train up. And it slowed up and stopped in the station. And a lot of other boys and girls got on and got into their carriage. And Dylan looked out the window, and everyone was in, so he pulled a lever and all the doors closed. And they started off down the track again. So there was a big hill in front of them, and Dylan thought, my, we'll never make it over this big hill. But up they chugged, up the hill, and as they got to the top, down the other side. It was just fantastic. Dylan was so excited, and while he was looking out the window, he saw they were coming to a split in the tracks. So, will we go left, will we go right? And the driver said, "Whatever way you want to go today, you're driving the train." So they decided to turn right, and they turned right and into a park where all the children were playing, and Dylan was waving out the window at them all, and they would love to be on the train. So he slowed up the train, and all the little boys and girls got in. And they were so excited, because in the carriages they were all having a picnic. Their mamas had brought picnic baskets with them, so they were setting them out on the tables and having their drinks and all their little sandwiches, and they had some crisps and other lovely little tea cakes and things. So down the road they went, and round to the corner, and next thing they saw the station coming up again. So the train slowed down again. Everyone got off the train when it stopped, because Dylan had opened the doors again, and everyone popped off the train. And the driver said, "Dylan, you're a great driver." "So you are. When you get bigger, you'll have to start driving trains. Wouldn't you love that? But that would be great fun." And Dylan said, "Yeah, that would be great fun." So home he went with Mama and Dada, and was very tired after his big long day. So he had his bath, played with his toys for a little while, and then snuggled up into bed and was fast asleep in a few minutes. That's the story for today, boys and girls. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Nighty night.